All ACC performer, first in a couple of years here for the University of Virginia. Fans can't wait to see these two teams. New look, very young team for American, and a bit of a remake for Virginia, certainly at the post position.
A few more to go, but hoping to see their basket or their ball go through the basket real soon here.
Interior of the paint. Tried by Nogus, will not go down. Here comes Virginia. Clark again dumps this off underneath, and the Cavaliers working together beautifully for an 8-0 start.
She's going to try to pick apart Virginia's defense to try to get right into her sweet spot.
Comes exactly from whence you would expect. She is the captain of this team, as we said, the leading returning scorer. But a quick answer from the perimeter for UVA.
Coach Motz is all about the intensity. We see them trapping off of ball screens here a few times in the first couple possessions, and that's what she's about. She's about making a difference, like that block from the freshman.
And she's a Commonwealth native, Southwest Virginia product, now a part of this grouping for UVA. Going to follow up what we've seen from Hurd to this point. And here's an initial look underneath. First McGee working together with Clark. We talk so much about what Kymora Johnson is able to provide, and that guard grouping Virginia will rely heavily upon. Faces in the new faces, including Breona Hurd, who is back in the lineup for UVA. Nice move down the right side. It's the one thing, right, with the international players you have to work hard on. She was okay there. But the transition to the American game, somewhat a challenge. No, as a hometown kid.
That's a great trivia question, Jason.
I'm not going to give you the answer because I'm not going to comb every roster in the country, but I will say it is a luxury for UVA. Still right here inside JPJ.
American not able to see the ball go through the net. A lot of try to tip it in. But there on the other end, Olivia McGee shows you how to finish through contact. Hesitation allowed her defender to raise up just a little bit to get that lay on the right side.
It was quite a year, Lauren, year 2 under Coach Motz.
Yeah, sounds like a recipe for 9th on the preseason All-ACC poll. Opponents that they took on and they overcame, some of them on the road even. I mean, that does something for a program where, you know, people are talking about that for years to come.
Yeah, team battled through injury. Try convincing anybody here tonight that Hurd doesn't have all that experience. She's playing like a very experienced member of this squad. Here's Johnson with a wide open look from downtown. Rarely is she going to miss that one.
You know, whatever happens in between those two things will happen, but those are the things that they can control.
And here's a board. Here's Johnson. Behind the back, she delivers it to Hurd with no look. This is worth another look.
From the swagger to the finish, I mean, too easy.
We're talking about the rebounding, and the guards came off of a rebound that carried away to Johnson. And it reminds you what you're talking about with Coach Motz's approach as Johnson weaves through and reminds you she can score as well.
In this second half, and as she has been during her time in a Virginia jersey, and one by LaTosha Lattimore.
Taken away by Clark. Numbers for UVA. And Lattimore off the glass will repeat the feat. She'll go to the line for an and one. Lattimore tried to punch that out. Somehow it ends up back in her hands after all. McGee does rattle it down. Postseason looks, and on more than one occasion they hoisted the Patriot League crown, which had her noticed by the folks in Wake Forest. But, you know, quietly, you talk about individuals that are putting something together, Lauren. You look up and Resafina now in double figures with 14, an American. Nogus, who, of course, the native of Spain, the other of the international players expected to feature prominently on this roster this year.
Everyone can create for themselves, but they're also great passers as well.
And Lattimore, when you talk about her rebounding skills alongside of all that, flirting with a double-double for UVA, 1 of 4.
Building out this program so far over the past 3 years, right? And, you know, between transfers, and when they're able to adapt, they're able to gain confidence.
He's a friend that has helped create culture and teach her how to build that culture. And so total rebounding at a plus 15 for UVA, including a plus 9 on the offensive boards. it makes up the difference because this is an American team reminding you, trending toward what will be a third straight opening game victory under the Virginia head coach. You remember they took care of business against Maryland Eastern Shore.
I think I'm interested in seeing any new rivalries, right? You have some new teams in the ACC. You know, we've had the...
Taking a look from just inside is Salazar, and that's going to rim off. Salazar into the game. Talk about wondering just what lies ahead this season for Virginia is gathering this up. Dunbar. A 100-point night for UVA. A window into perhaps the future for the Hoos.
The clock winds down. Virginia able to take this first win of the season and put it in their back pocket for a few days, Jason.